When we talk about starting a business, any of the 4 businesses that you can choose, corporation partnership, limited partnership, LLC, there is an element of trust between you and your partners or the people that are forming the corporation, between you and your stockholders. We did not talk about it in human resources. We didn't talk about it in ethics. We didn't talk about it in management. But trust is a big part of running a business. Now, you learn that you have some teammates that you can trust and some that you can't. You learn that you have some roommates you can trust and some that you can't. You learn that you have some boyfriends you can trust and some that you can't. Right? Trust is a big part of everything that we do. I hope you all trust me. I trust you. I haven't had a single person this semester out of my 204 that hasn't looked me in the eye and told me I can't be there or I need help. I mean, people have been brutally honest with me, which is what I expect. And I also expect there are probably professors that you don't trust. And that treats you in a way that is not trustable. You have to treat your partners. You have to trust yourself. And I love these examples. I want you to Google Tiger Woods' daily schedule and Kobe Bryant's daily schedule, and you will be shocked at what those 2 athletes did in the course of a day. Kobe is up shooting 1,000 shots every morning at 5 o'clock, 7 mornings a week. Had a teammate, he had said, you need to shoot in the mornings. The teammate went to the gym at 6:30 and Kobe's coming out after being there for an hour and a half. Tiger Woods gets up every morning and runs 10 miles. He then works out. He then has a light breakfast. He then hits balls for 3 hours. He then works out. He then plays 9 holes. He then runs every day, 7 days a week. And they become the best in the world. You also have to trust labor. And by that I mean the people that work for you. I always give you small examples. 3 Newberry County athletes graduate and they want to make lacrosse sticks and they need to raise $50,000, and they're small examples. And obviously you have to trust people in that situation. But you have to trust people if you've got 1,000 employees. You have to set up a system where trust is embodied into everything that you do, or you're going to be not successful. Now, put trust aside, and let's look at a totally different word. Design. I draw and paint. I'm an amateur artist, and so I like the idea of art. Design is art and industrial. Design is making something tactile. Tactile is a word that means something that you can touch. So somebody designed this marker. Somebody designed this classroom. And when they went from the wooden seats to these red seats and these desks, somebody sat down in front of a computer with a CAD drawing and they draw it out like that. One of my son-in-laws is a landscape architect, and he designed subdivisions. And he has to design the streets as they move around and how many houses. Well, the design to create doesn't have to be something tactile. It doesn't have to be something you can touch or something you can hang on your wall. Design can be people. Okay, you design a team with certain number of people. You design a play. I design a syllabus. I design a class. Design, just like painting a picture, is painting a semester. All right? Now, I don't know if you remember, I think I've told you the Airbnb story. I'll tell it to you again. My daughter was 15 years old. She went to a church camp. She was an excellent basketball player, played at Valdosta State. She graduated from high school when she was 16. She graduated from college when she was 19 and graduated from a master's when she was 20. When she was in high school at a church camp, she was shooting basketball one day, and a guy comes over and says, can I play with you? And so they just shot basketball, and over the course of that week, they became friends. And he lived in Atlanta. At that time, we lived in Augusta, Georgia. So they had this little teenage long-distance relationship. He graduates from high school and goes to the Rhode Island School of Design, which is the #1 art school in the United States. It's kind of like the Sorbonne in French. And they have design and art. Right across the street is Brown University, and my daughter applies to Brown University and she gets accepted, which is an Ivy League school, but it's too expensive and we can't send her. So she goes to Valdosta State and plays basketball and academic scholarship. Their love affair breaks apart, too far. You know, South Georgia and Rhode Island was too far for it to make it work. All right, I don't know if Noelle is working from Tennessee to South Carolina, but it's hard to make that do. It's hard to make that work. So this guy graduates, and he and his roommate move to San Francisco, and there's a convention in San Francisco, and there's not enough hotel rooms, and so they put an air bed in their apartment and rent it out for $80. That is the beginning of Airbnb. And that young man who's 38 is now worth $10 billion with a B. And he ate many a meal in my house. He would have made a great son-in-law. You know, I got a good son-in-law now, but he didn't have $10 billion. Right? And I'm going to show you a YouTube called a TED Talk. You know what a TED Talk is. His name is Joey Gebbia. And he designed Airbnb like using creativity. He didn't design it like an engineer. He had an idea, and just like I have an idea, I think I'm going to paint my dorm room blue. He had an idea for a business. And what you're fixing to see is what he did with that idea and how it grew and how it grew. All right, now, and the first two classes that have seen it, I think have liked it. I believe it's worthwhile to watch, and we will watch this and then have the review on Wednesday.